First of all, there are four types of functions which are available. The first one is built-in functions. Okay. So as we have already seen so many functions which are already available. Print function we are using continuously. Its definition is already available. What print function is doing? Tuple, sum, range, mean, max, list, input. These are the functions which are already available, whose definition is already available. We are just calling that, we are just using it. Okay, so these are the built-in functions. Now, built-in function means which are already available, it is already built in. We are not going to create its definition. We are not going to create the definition of range function. We are not going to create the definition of input, because that that functionality, that definition is already available. After that, we have a user defined function. Now, user defined, as the name suggests, we are the users. If I am developing something, so then I am the user of using. Like if I have developed something and I'm testing it and I have deployed it and then the people are using it. So what we are the users. So as per the requirement, we create the function. So here the built-in functions are normally, which are very common. Okay, so like if let's say if I'm sitting here in India and I want to find out the square root. Okay, so the method, the formula, whatever I have used for finding this square root, same thing. If a person sitting in Nigeria, if a person sitting at South Africa, if another person sitting in Canada, if another person sitting in Russia, so let's say if there's many people sitting at different geographical locations, and everyone has a task to find out the square root. So in that case, the formula will be same for everyone because this is universal accepted. If I want to find out sine cos 10, right? So sine, the value of sine cos 10, it is already predefined. It is universally accepted. If I want to find out area of a circle, then pi r square is already predefined. There is no rule that only India will use pi r square. Then Nigeria will have its own formula of finding the area of a circle. Canada has its own formula of finding the area of a circle. No, it's not like that. Some universally accepted formulas, some universally accepted calculations are there. So the particular such kind of functions which are universally accepted. So then if they are available and if they are used in every geographical location, then that's why they have created the built-in function because anyone can use it. That is safe, same for everyone. So in that case, you can use here built-in functions. But now, if I'm talking about user-defined, now user-defined, if let's say I'm working for any of the automobile company, so if they want to find out any other functionality, in that case, the requirement I have to gather from them, and then I have to generate a code for that. If let's say I have to get into mechanical department, then there may be another requirement. If let's say I have to go in library, very simple. Let's say school library. In that case, we have taken a book, and after how many days I have returned it. That is a simple calculation. Date when book is issued and date when book is returned. I have to do simple subtraction. So that is the requirement for me on that library project. So that based on that requirement, I have created a project that is user defined. What user is asking, what the client is has the requirement. On the basis of that, if we create something, then it becomes the user defined function. After that, we have lambda functions. Now, lambda functions is something wherein we don't have any name to those functions. We have arguments, we have expressions. So it is anonymous function which don't have any name. Lambda is the lambda only. We don't give any name. Here we have given the name print function, tuple function, sum function means they have some functionality inside them and it is already saved. But here when I'm talking about lambda function, at some point of time when we need to just take one time that function should be run, so in that case, no need to give complete things there. Okay, simple function. You can use lambda function and it will work. Normally, for an example, let's say if I have to call, if let's say uh, anything, my AC, I need to need to do the maintenance of my AC. So what I'll do, I'll call the serviceman and I register a service, I book the service, and it will get done. But then in that case, I'll not save his number. Of course, it isn't. There is no requirement to save his number. I just called it once and that was done. I was not going to use or like communicate with him after my work. Okay, that is just like their service. They have provided a service. So it is not like that I will save his number, right? It was just one time used and done. Okay, so no need to save that thing. So here also in lambda function has no name. It means whenever you want to do such calculation which is only for one time, then you can use this. And you don't want to store it in your memory, then of course you can go ahead with this. And when I'm talking about recursion is something where you are using or you are calling a function which is inside the function, calling itself. So if in a birthday party I'm calling my family members only, so that is calling itself, right? So that is a recursion. So built-in function we know now, and now today we are working on this user-defined function. We will be going to design a function. I'll give you a task to design a function. Okay. So functionality understood. Function is what? Function is a particular block of code. It may be any number of lines. Okay. Whatever requirement you have to create. So function is a block of code which will get executed only when it gets called. Okay.